Working right. Jumpman. There we go. There we go. To make sure this thing is working right. Them boys something. Wait, are we live or not? I can't tell if this thing is. Okay. Alright, I think I'm live. I'm just gonna go like I'm live. Alright, so welcome back everyone. Let me put my keyboard up on the tablet here. Let's review our project again. Wow. Oh, thought I might have heard I was hearing a large car or something outside. But so right now I think it looks good. I'm thinking about putting a background behind it. But maybe something like how they had like X-Men. We could probably do something like the X-Men intro when it was like da-da-da-da-da-da, and they had the X in the background and it was like or whatever. Da-da-da. Then they had all the different cameos come in and stuff. I'm thinking of doing something kind of like that. That might be something we put in at the end though. But what I can do, them boys out to some. Something kind of like Deadpool. Jumping, them boys out to something. Woo. That's not bad. I feel like this line is probably throwing me off though. Let's see. I'll tell you what, we'll come back to this. This is not a big we don't want to mess this thing up too much. So I'll make a background 1, add it, throw Deadpool on there, turn it off, and we'll come back to it later. Alright, now, so the next part to this whole thing is to get our reference and start actually drawing this thing. We're already there, you guys. I mean, usually you have to build up on this and make sure it actually flows well and draw it a couple times before we can actually get to the final illustration phase. But I think this is good enough though. Wolverine, there we go. Go holla berry, oh hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you're doing. That's Kendrick Lamar, Money Trees. So let's go back right here. I'm gonna take all of this. I'm gonna move this out of the frame. Grab everything that we've done so far. Group it. Put Matic on it so it's its own layer. Make a new layer, call it outline. Another one called foreground. Another one called background 2. Let's put a dark layer on there. Or a shade. Let's do a shade. What else was in here? What else do we need to, let's close it. I want to do one layer. So I'm gonna do a Wolverine outline, Deadpool outline, and then face outline. Won't use that thing. Won't use that thing. What day is jerking? Day is jerking. For rally skirting, rally skirting. Yeah, this. How to go, how to go. It go hallelujah or hallelujah. Pick your foes and tell me what you're doing. Everybody gonna respect the shooter, but the one in. Alright, so we'll start with Deadpool first, alright? I'm using a reference a little bit to give an idea. I don't really like the way that one looks. I want to give him a little bit more muscle, right? So something like a dollar might just lane switch. That's just how I feel. Maybe start with the neck. You know what? I might have to do a draft drawing frame after all. No way. Hit the stove. No way. No way. I'm trying to find the right amount of width. So I'm already having frustrations with this because I think I'm thinking about it too hard. Erase. Maybe we just kind of build up on it, right? Let's use our basic forms. So when I want to draw the basic form for characters, so my stick figures is more like bubble figures. I do a lot of circles and stuff. And then when I want to build up on the form, I'll use more blocky muscles to really build up on like how built is this guy, right? Go holla berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you're doing. Everybody gonna respect the shooter. The one in front of the gun lives forever. Something like that. And you know, I attribute a lot of what having an easier time drawing to. Sorry, trying to think and draw at the same time. It's more difficult than you think, right? Attribute being able to draw stuff like this so quickly and easily to just studying anatomy like crazy. I've bought so many different books on just anatomy alone, including hands, feet, noses, toes. It's kind of funny how difficult drawing toes really can be. You wouldn't think so at first. Right all around me, like I'm your man. Last week. This is Crew by Gold Link. Definitely one of my favorite songs right now. You don't hold rank. You don't hold no rank. So if he's holding a gun, right? So these fingers would be more wrapped around it. Something like that right there. So one, that's his index finger right there. That's his middle finger, ring finger. Something like that. So the hand will actually be out a little bit more, like so, right? She's something like that right there. And then there's gonna be a little bit of an angle to it, right? Money all around me, she like I got the man. Like last week, where have you been? The hiding girl, I got a man, just friend. Something like that. Yeah, it's not too bad, right? The shoulders could be a little bit better. We'll fix that though. It's not horrible, but they could just be better angles, I think, like that. Yeah, more like that. Right. Like so. And then, actually, let's turn off thematic. Oh, dang, I need that. It's kind of in a way a little bit, but it's fine. We'll make it work. And then for my reference, he's got some like pockets here. Like so. Sort of like so. I'm actually going to bring his hips up a little bit more. Let's open this up so we can see. I'm actually going to draw his whole body. Even if we don't use it all. That's fine. I don't know what it is about 21 Savage, man, but I'm loving his work. Red Rum. So what I'm seeing here is Deadpool. He has a lot of aesthetics on him that are similar to Bloodsport. He's got a lot of pockets. Why does he have so many pockets? For somebody that's so sleek, he has all these like gear things with pockets and stuff. But what I need is his feet. What does he wear on his feet? Show me the feet. So he's still wearing like boots and things, but it's still red. So something kind of like this. And then Something like that. That foot's a little big though. I mean, he doesn't have waffle stompers. Do something kind of like that. And then something similar to that right there. Actually, let's fix this foot. It's going to come down more than it's going to be this hard edge. Alright? And like I said, he's got these pocket things for whatever reason that is. I mean, I guess he is like an assassin kind of gig, right? So if we're fixing up his thighs, it'll be kind of like that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Erase all this. I'm just going to copy this leg. There's no need to redraw it. That's something I always preach. If you don't have to redraw it and it makes sense, then don't. I'm trying to see... I think what I'll do also, I'm going to kind of draw what's under his arms. Just enough so I can kind of figure out. Like that. Now the best part, right? The head. So, for his head, I'll do it sideways. Why not? I'll take a challenge. And then as it goes around, how big is the circles though? Very Spider-Man like. Like so. Now we'll turn it regular way again. Let's work on it by itself because everything else is making it really complicated to look at. Copy, paste, flip. Doesn't look very good, right? So let's bring it in. Like so. Let's change our pivot point. It's right there. Let's put it down here. Let's open it up a little bit more. But does he look like Deadpool? What I want to do with him too, he seems in some of his designs, he has like this line that comes down like that. And my Deadpool is going to have one of these kind of things. Sort of like so. What is this line here doing? I don't know what that was doing. And then a nose, kind of like that. Save. Maybe let's narrow it up just a little bit more. I'm going to group it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Very good. I'll make it a little smaller. All right, now let's turn off the matic and take a look at our guy. Something's going on right in here I don't like. Young Jeezy. When's the last time we heard a Jeezy song? I think what it is about his face too. Something's off here. Nah, I'm not digging this head. Get rid of this neck too. Let's try it again at this face. Trying to narrow his chin a little bit more. Yeah, I'm definitely have to get a little bit more blocky so I can kind of figure it out. Kind of like that. Turn it a little bit. Yeah, we can definitely do better than what we had there. Already better, I think. Let me find a different reference because it can probably... So the black really envelops the face. Probably more like this, right? Nah, I'm not feeling this either. A little bit closer to that. I think, oh man. I think another thing that's very characteristic about the eyes is that it definitely has, it slants up. This might be too narrow. Maybe like that. Sort of, right? Better than that. Wow. What's this song? Rich Baby Daddy. Oh my gosh. There we go. There's our guy. Probably bring it up just a little bit more though. I think we'll bring it up a little bit more and then bring it up like that. Those little details, right? Get rid of that. Nope. Sort of like that. Actually, so I'll tell you what, we'll keep this like this. We'll put it here. I'll probably do better at this neck. My wide neck. That looks a little bit better. But his neck is still off a little bit. It's these little minute details. And in fact, we could probably bring his arms up just a little bit more too. This is really bothering me. Maybe like... make it seem like his arms are really long. Maybe let's move his body down some. Does he have a... yeah, he has a belt. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to copy this hand. No need to redraw it, right? We're going to group this. Save. I'm going to group this hand too. Sort of like that. Oh man, I swear sometimes Drake be crying on his tracks, bro. It's like, yo, go cry it out, man. So let's actually switch it over. Switch it over to something a little bit more vibing. We can actually probably make these parts of his legs a little bit longer too. That's good. And just gotta perfect a few more little areas. Something like this. Something like that. Yeah, I think it'll help a little bit more in just finishing out the drawing, right? Even if we don't see it, it's better to draw it and not need it than need it and not draw it. Stomach. Cause it's coming. All right, and just bringing this on around here. Sort of like so. I like it. His head is probably a little too wide though. They just smoked today. Ah, man. Save. Group. Narrow his head a little bit more. Yeah. Bring it up a little bit. Bring his neck up a little bit. That's looking better. He's looking like our guy. Get rid of some of these lines and things here. Smoke today. Put something on your stomach. Sort of like, actually, let's grab these arms. Let's move it down here. Now we can kind of play with how they're supposed to be. Like that. Let's bring this neck up like that. It's coming. Right, right. Let's get rid of this part right here. Let's get rid of the elbow part. Let's get rid of that. All of that. Let's really build them up. Group that. Perfect. So now the hand can move the way we want. We're not going to do this whole rigging thing. I know that's a form of animation and everything, but that's not my style. I prefer to just do something like this. Cause it's coming. And actually this might be too preemptive. Might have to draw this in after the fact. It's coming. And then, yeah, right? Something like that. But then his shoulders are probably going to be up a little bit more. Always on my mind. Always on my mind. Sort of like so. I'm kind of getting to the final drawing a little bit. I'm not quite ready to do that yet. But it's good for kind of helping myself to plan this out. Get a little bit of solid drawings in here. Like so. So let's get rid of all these elements here. And then let's get rid of all this. I'm always on my mind. Dun, dun, dun. Always on my mind. Yeah, just get rid of all of it. Just get rid of all of this. All of this. And now we're just kind of fixing the drawing up a little bit. That's good. I like that. I like it a lot. Always on my mind. Maybe bring this up a little bit. Bring this down a little bit. I'm thinking maybe his spots on his face are a little too large though. Thinking about you, I can't stop. Thinking about you, thinking about you. Yeah, I think the spots were just a little too big. So that's just the first draft drawing. That's not even the final one that we want to use. Let's get to that now. And to do that, we're going to need our tuning pen. Same kind of pen, but it's got a little bit more smoothness to it. I can't stop thinking about you, thinking about you, thinking about you. Yes. Thinking about you, I can't stop thinking about you, thinking about you. I'm gonna throw a little pizzazz on this a little bit. This is a little too sharp. There you go. Come down with it a little bit. That looks good. On them backsliding, I guess nobody else told you. Hold on to is you. One day, all them bags gonna get in your way. One day, all them bags gonna get in your way. So let's draw his deltoids kind of like so. Oh, I'm sitting here like, why won't it go off? You know what? I'm probably doing too much. Let's just. It's true. Oh, yes, they do. He gon' say you crowding my space. One day he's gonna say you crowding my space. I'm not liking any of this so far. Let's and I can tell just from this little bit whether I'm gonna like it or not. So, you know, just erase that. Sort of like so. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it love will make it better. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Cause your love will make it better. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. I like that a lot better. But your love will make it better. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, make it better. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Bet your love will make it better. Kind of taking our time with this drawing. Want to make sure it looks very pretty. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Now we can draw this arm here. Got to keep track of where we're at. Nope. Make sure that doesn't look really weird. I think this one is. Man, sometimes you gotta just redraw the line and over until it makes sense. I think that right there is not too bad. So this is going to be a little tricky because I haven't really drawn this gun. It's going to be tricky. We'll just kind of draw the hand for now. like that. And then the thumb will be on there like so. Sort of like so. And then the thumb, the point where the thumb is actually going to cover it up a little bit more. And I'm actually not committing to this hand just yet until we actually get the gun. You know what? Let's just get rid of this part right here too. I'm going to leave that for now. And we'll come back to the hand and the gun and everything. Let's just go ahead and finish up. Show them the muscles bulging out. And I see this hand is way too small. So I'm going to have to increase the size a little bit more like that. And actually, it kind of goes into it like that right there. Turn it. Oh, Chris, you're back. Hey. I watched your Philandro and some other videos. Cool stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. The Philandro was the one, that's a pet project of mine that was one of my first animations I did. I don't know if I said this last time. It was the first animation I did when I was first trying to like, okay, I want to do this. And then I did a really, really bad, rough animation of Phil, the main character. Actually, no, you won't see it until episode 2. Well, Phil, he comes up to a table and it has like a card on it, and there's a female android right there, and the card says, "Press to turn me on." And he's just like looking at it, almost like Peter Griffin. He's like, "Should I do it? Should I do it?" Like looking at it, and then finally he picks it up and he presses it, and she turns on and she like chases him around the place and everything. It took forever to do because, you know, first time doing it, and I think it turned out pretty well for the most part. And then from there, I just made the whole series from it. And then we'll just, that's his arm there. And actually, what I'll do here, that's the side muscle. And then kind of like, so what would happen is the muscle will come down right there. But we're going to delete this. That might be too, his wrist might be too thin. Might have to do something like that. Fix this part of the hand right here. Fix this connection. Yeah. Let me fix this part too. It's kind of bothering me. Awesome. All right, now we can kind of move on to the rest of the body. For this belt buckle, I'm just going to make a circle. Keep it real simple. We don't need to draw all that. I'm going to shrink that up. Oh man, it didn't turn out very well. So We'll just copy it, try it again. Try to center it as much as possible. Honestly, I don't really care about the belt buckle too much, or the belt in general. Probably do something like so. And then we'll go ahead and knock this part out fairly quickly. Because honestly, this part, yeah, that's not bad. Actually, let's change this line. Let's make it so it comes across like that. Even better. Is all your stuff frame by frame, or do you do no rigs? Everything is frame by frame. Every color, every line, every shape, every pan, every zoom, every shot, everything you see is all hand drawn, hand moved, and what you see me doing here, I did for all the episode. I had to, it was my brainchild, so I had to, think of the characters and then think of the shots. I was like, okay, here I'm going to zoom in, here I'm going to do a close-up, or I'm going to have him stand like this. All of it, basically, I had to write and direct myself. And then the script, I also wrote the script. When I got the voice actors to voice the characters, I allowed them to kind of ad-lib a little bit. I was like, hey, if y'all feel like you can say something that'll be a little bit cooler, then do that. I want the best product possible. And they did, and it came out to the way it is. Yeah. What is rigging? Chris, do you wanna? Because I assume you're like that's your forte a little bit more. But so what I'm doing, Katie, this is your traditional. What I'm doing is what you see like with Disney. They draw everything frame by frame. The only difference in what Disney does and what I do is they do a lot more drawings. They do like 100 drawings for like the 5 that I do. They do 100 or something. Rigging is more like a puppet, whereas like you will build the legs. Actually, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see. So how I'm drawing all this, rigging would be like, okay, I want to move this hand, so I'm going to draw all of it, and then I'm going to put a pivot point right there and then move the hand instead of redrawing the hand over and over, if layman's terms. But Chris, if you have any more info to that, please share. Why is this foot turning out so bad? What do his feet look like? What does Deadpool's feet look like? Regan's like building a puppet. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Just needed a quick kind of shot. And then we won't really get too bogged down to the foot either. Yeah, he does have kind of like one of these things going on. We could do better than that. There you go. We did better. And like I said, his legs do kind of, it's not a boot, but it's kind of like a boot. So even though this is like his patella, we'll go ahead and draw some stuff here to show. Yeah, I didn't like that shin anyway. Yeah, that's much better. And let's get something neat here. Kind of like that. Very good. Give him some thigh meat. Actually, probably a little bit closer to something like that. I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, almost forgot. He has straps. Yeah, so I kind of messed this up a little bit. So the anatomy of the thing would be more up here. Bam. Flip it. I'm not gonna put this here just yet. I'm gonna draw this hand first, and then we'll get back to that. I like it. Bam. Bam. So the last thing we got to do on this leg before we copy it is put a strap around his leg. Now, I will say, once I start actually doing the animation of this, it might get a little frumpy. It might get a little less recognizable. But that's okay, because once it starts moving, people won't really be seeing it that deeply. I think I will. Fuck it. I'm not worried about the feet too much. We're not even going to see all this. But I like to be thorough. Now I'm looking at it, his hips look a little big though. Let's go ahead and get this hand done. So once I get this top hand done, I can actually put it at the bottom. And once I can finish that, then I can finish this part of the leg with that pouch. Priorities. Clean it up a little bit. The character design passes the drawings to the riggers. Oh. I didn't know that. See, there's always something to learn, right? Let's get to these guns. Oh, that's another thing. Deadpool has swords on his back, doesn't he? That's like his signature thing, I think, right? Let's do some swords real quick. Something real simple. Wow, I cannot believe I forgot about the swords. And then they get something real quick. Something like that. That was an awesome explanation, Chris. I had a totally different thought on it. There you go. Something like that. And actually, you know what? I'm going to save it right there. I'm going to group this, move it to the side, because I'm going to put that sword back there, but I'm going to be moving the hand back and forth too. I don't think we'll see the other parts of the blade, so that's fine right now. For now, I got to find these guns. What does a gun look? There we go. I got to find a way to... Okay, so as we're looking at the gun, it looks like, let's go to another frame, turn our onion skin on. Let's get a straight line going. Let me draw his finger. Actually, that's not far out enough. All right, let's try this again. Sort of like that. And then we'll get his other, put it right there. We'll get his other finger, kind of like so. And then we'll move this back a little bit more. And as I'm looking at the gun here, looks like it's kind of got the barrel going like this. Let's copy this line, put it over here. Bam. Let's bring it over just a little bit more. Make it a little bit wider. And copy this line. Put like the side of the gun. Sort of like that. Have it coming out just a little bit. And then this part of the hilt there. Sort of like so. Whoop, let's use a straight line. Get rid of that line. Make it a little bit smaller and narrower. Sort of like that. Perfect. Now let's erase these lines that we're not going to see because this point is just getting in my way. And the problem with this now is this hand. This part of the hand right here. Who is this? Is this Jill Scott? Hey, okay. You know, probably would have been smarter to draw the gun first and then get into this part. That way we could have just drawn the hand around it, right? Wow, I'll remember that next time. Because then, like that. Because then, what happens here? Bam. Let's go grab that circle that we did earlier. Where'd you go? Man, it's a big ass gun. Sort of like that. And then kind of put that on it. Like so. I think I actually, right there. It's funny, it's actually turned out to be more of a basic shape of a gun than an actual full-on gun. Actually, let's move this out of the way so I can move this up just a little bit more. Get a better position of it. Erase it right there.
For thanks for yep. The models are passed to the riggers and yep. Oh, for indie artists like us, yep. We have to do it all. That's how. Yep. Definitely. So I think I'm gonna have to do his hand just a little. I'm gonna have to fix his hand. So something kind of like this. Wait a second. Like so. All right, now let's fix this. This might be a little too far back though, unfortunately. Which means I'm gonna have to move this down some. This might be a little too long. Like I said before, I hate geometry, man. I hate, like, this looks weird. Like, I can draw circles and muscles and body shapes and things like that all day long. But when it comes to guns, that's where it gets a little tricky for me. And I see. See, I'm struggling with this now. Kind of like that. And then, what we say? Probably has something kind of like this going on. Yeah, I think that right there works for what we're trying to do. I like it. Wait, there we go. Whoop. Now this is where it's getting a little tricky. Got to make sure. What is that line there? I could probably do those fingers a little bit better than that. Sort of like so. Like that. Good, good, good.
I think for what we're trying to do, I think that's good enough. Honestly, I think that looks very nice. And then we'll group it, copy it, put it where this hand was supposed to be. Wow, yeah, it really fills in. But before we do that, let's actually... Before we even put the hand here, let's do this. Let's just go ahead and draw that shoulder in. And then let me go ahead and put this sword in. Like so. Bam. And actually, I wonder if we can turn it a little bit more so that we can get the... I feel like we're missing out if we don't turn it a little bit and get these blades to pop out like that. Yo, is this a new music soul child? Is this oh no, this is old. Wow. It's merry-go-round. I never heard of that before. Man. Still discovering old music. It's crazy. Let's put it at the tip and then let's just move it down like that. I will say this, Chris, man. As much as I love doing this, and I know how time consuming it is, that is the downfall of it. I do appreciate when I see like Rick and Morty, and they do have like more puppet drawn like kind of animation or rigging and stuff. I'm like, man, you know, there's probably something to that. I wonder if that's something I need to learn, or even though this is my bread and butter right here, but I'm like, I wonder if I could learn something from maybe speed things up or something. But then I come back and do this and I like this. I'll tell you what we can do. We can go ahead and take this hand and put it here at the bottom. We'll flip it, bam. And then we'll turn it. Bam. Ah, man, that might be too... Because this hand... Yeah. That might be too much of a bad angle, unfortunately. That's like he's twisting his arm all the way up like this. I don't think that's going to work. Ah, man, that sucks. Because I'm going to have to redraw it again. That's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and just rotate it to kind of show that he's touching his head with it. So let's go. Ah, man, I got to redraw this hand first. So what I'll do is just turn it like this. Go to this frame over here. Let's turn it a little bit more like that. That way I can get a straight drawing on it. Sort of like so. Using the same angle we already got as far as placement. That's
Ooh. Something like that. It's not bad, not bad. I'm gonna do something a little different here. Kind of like that. We'll draw a little bit more of both sides. Sort of like that. Two, three, four. Music 1 with Janet Jackson. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd rather... So I can delete that. Sort of like so. Bam, bam. And then we'll do that. Man, some of these drawings get complex. It's crazy. Oh, gotta erase this. All right, I think that's good enough. Sort of like that. Let's move this sword out of the way real quick. Sort of like that. Yeah. It's really going to be more like that. I like it. I like it a lot. So now let's just erase all of this right here. Huh. It's crazy how much of that we just erased. So now that we've done that, this might be a little small, but yeah, I'm gonna have to move it to the side right here. That's about where it lands. And then let's erase that. Going back here.
Now, now that I've drawn most of him, I think what I'm gonna do is just take his entire torso and legs from the bottom and just narrow it down some, ever so slightly. And maybe I'll shrink it down just a little bit. Man, guess we missed a line here. Just little edits. And like that, and like that. I think the main reason why the TV animated shows make rigs rather than frame by frame drawing is both stylistic and consistency. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. I noticed that when I do my hand drawings, especially when it gets to the action and stuff, it gets wonky, and it gets to a certain point where it's like, does this even look like the character anymore? That consistency part is key for sure. Something like an anime film, frame by frame, is definitely a style. Yeah. Good point. All right, so got to a really great part now. We got most of the drawing done. Let's erase that. Let's copy this. Put it on two different frames. One is going to be for the main hand. Excuse me. The main hand, and we just got to erase everything that's under it. Like so. Being careful to not erase anything that we're not trying to lose. Now we can take this and add it to. So that's our main image. And then let's go ahead and add in like a little like sound effect kind of thing right here. Gosh. So with this, what I was thinking we could do is actually let's get rid of all that. Let's make maybe one eye like that. Real Deadpool, like, right? I'm trying to, what does that look like? He was like, really get those eyebrows in there. Something kind of like, I need to look at a picture of what I'm trying to do. Something kind of like falling deep, I might be falling deep. I can't find a good example of it. Maybe getting rid of that and doing like a I may be falling. trying to really get that look across. But either way, I think we really got a great start on our character here. So I'm going to copy this head though, because I do not want to lose it. Put it to the side. I think I want to do... I'll tell you what, for now we'll just continue forward with what we got. And then we'll go ahead and start erasing here. Right there, right there, right there. Right there, like that. I just noticed that line. Oh, it's not even there. All right, let's see what we got. Bam, bam. Actually, let's go ahead and just copy all of this. I think that's good. That's good enough for what we're trying to do here. Let's go ahead and crop it. And I'll tell you what, while we're here, we might as well go ahead and put the background in. That nice, where's it at? Let's put our animatic, bam, like so. Well, you know what? Let's even give the line a little bit of character too. Just something really random. But we're still going to turn it down a little bit. Turn it down to about 28. Then we'll turn it off for now because we don't need it at this very second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take our little pre-drawing here. I'm going to go ahead and move it down here so it's out of the way. Let's turn our Matic back on and take a look at what we got. Let's see, how far does it go? Actually, is there anything in this? Nope. Nope. So, let's just copy it all the way down. What I'm going to have to do, I'm definitely going to have to put some more frames in between here. Maybe even some more in-betweens, a few more, maybe do it on like 2s or 3s or something like that. Up the frame rate a little bit, depending on how this really flows out. I'm going to leave this for now. We're going to really zoom in on them. It's about right there. The only bad thing about zooming in is that it changes the line weight. So what I might do instead of a zoom in, like instead of increasing the size, I'll just do a keyframe. And I'll just actually increase its size with that. Ooh. That way it doesn't change. It really increases the line weight, unfortunately, but at least it doesn't break up the drawing and make the line weight so thin. Like so. Oh, okay. I see. I'm like, why did it do that? Because of this. So let's keep our frame there. By making a keyframe here, it's going to keep that size, and then we can add the new size, erase that. Now, what does the Animate say? The Animate says to keep the same size. It's going to be a different drawing. Whoop. Whoop. What's that, sir? Yep. This drawing is going to be a new drawing of this. So with this, I'll get rid of that. And all we're going to do with this is just move the head like that. We'll fix the neck. And then it's going to be like, now let's get a smooth pen. Oh, it looks weird. It's just like, oh, I don't like that part. Fix this up a little bit. Little tweaks. Actually, all of this will change up even a little bit. And then we'll go back. Ah, see the problem here. Ah, man. So the problem here is, I don't know why Toon Boom does this. For some reason, even though I copied the drawing and I put it on the original panned size or zoomed in size, it's actually going for, it's making it the same size as when I copied it in that other format. What I'm probably going to have to do, what about the use of the camera function for zooming? Yeah, so that is another way of doing it. I've done that before, but I didn't really like using that because there was a good reason why. I might just do that. I might just do that instead. Maybe I'll remember why I didn't do it to begin with when I start doing it. I think it was like, I think it messed with something. Anyways, let's just do it. Yeah, all I need is that. Nope, not big enough. That might be exactly what I needed, to be honest. Oh, did I still do it right there? I did. Ah, see, I think that's what it was. It's changing the size of the whole thing versus just the one part I'm trying to do. Yeah, and I can't move it. Unless, Chris, if you know something else about doing this without affecting the entire thing, let me know. I think that's why I use the zoom in function instead. That's what it looks like. So what I'll have to do is go back. Actually, you know what? All I gotta do is just let's kind of copy this. There we go. Like, why did it doesn't want to stop doing it for some reason? Oh, you know what? I see. Probably because it just needs to be pasted in the keyframe right there. And then take this. Nope, see, it still does the same size. It's fine. Because all I got to do is take this, all of this right here, copy it, paste it here. It's not ideal. It's not the best way of doing this, but it's crazy that we spent the entire stream just working on the design, not even the animation part itself. So, see, still turned out well. Make sure it's consistent. Yeah. Now the line weight is crazy. Ooh, should be. Oh no, that is 7. Maybe let's drop it down to 4. Let's make sure it didn't affect anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and replace these drawings while I'm at it too. Alright, now this is where it gets into the zany part. Where he actually like bucks up. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the head. I'm gonna keep the head for this part. And then do some eyes. Nah, we won't do anything with the mouth. I have no idea. I have yet to use Toon Boom. Oh, okay. I just have watched videos about it. I know I want to buy the premium version, right, rather than a monthly subscription. Yeah, so I actually am paying for the I'm not paying for the monthly subscription. I'm paying for the yearly one. I'm paying for the yearly one, but I'm using a student discount. And with the student discount, it brings the yearly to like 163 a year. I've done it about 2 years now because I'm in school. It doesn't matter what school you're in, as long as you're in school, you can get student discount. Um, I bought. So the only bad thing about buying the perpetual license that you can keep it is that for one, well, two things. One, it's hella expensive right off bat. So you'll probably be paying for the premium version for like might pay like a couple $1,000s for the program, and it might be worth it. So a couple years ago, I bought the Toon Boom Harmony Essentials. So it was like the low end, and it had just the bare minimum features, right? If you want to do all the rigging, all the 3D stuff, and all the perspectives, it has all that in the premium version. But the Essentials was just you can draw. There you go. I bought that a while ago, and the good part about that, it was only like 100, maybe it was like $300 or something. So I was like hella cheap, right? Low features, that's all I need. But the other part about that was it was the version 14, and it only works for like a couple years, and then you have to upgrade because the computer itself, my computer got old, and I had to buy a new computer because 14 wouldn't work on my like newer computer for one. But then all the other programs I was using on that computer were getting outdated. The computer's getting outdated for the software, and then 14 only worked on older computers. So by the time I upgraded, it was like, dang, I paid for the perpetual license to keep this one version, and then I can't even use it on my new computer I got now. So that sucked. So it's almost like they've built in a way to make you keep paying for it, whether you pay for the one license or you pay for the monthly. You're gonna pay. So I figured it's like, you know what? I'm a student right now. I'm just gonna enjoy it, and then when we get to that point, maybe I'll make enough where I can pay for a monthly cheap or something, or stay a student for the rest of my life. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, man, it's expensive, and then it gets outdated. So yeah. So I'll tell you what, we're coming up close on our time here. Usually do the 2 hour streams, but I'll go ahead and kind of pre-draw a little something here. Just to kind of get ourselves set up for the next one. But I will, after saying all that, I will say I live by Toon Boom, man. As you can see, it is for someone that illustrates and draws right out. Like, I was an illustrator before I was a graphic designer. And then I became a graphic designer, and then I, obviously I'm animating now. And I live by this. I love it. Even in Photoshop, I used to draw in Photoshop a lot. And the problem with Photoshop was that Photoshop's a great tool for drawing as well. And I used to use Illustrator to draw a lot too. But I found that even when they try to make these tools and stuff to be as intuitive and free-flowing as possible, it's like, yeah, this is great for animators and stuff, or illustrators. Something about the way that the pen hits the tablet that makes it feel very fluent. So I'm using a Cintiq 24 HD. It's like the old model. It came out like maybe 15 years ago or something. It still works really well. I have been thinking about upgrading, but I mean, it's been working. I mean, it's perfect size. I don't need anything bigger. But I think it is getting. Eventually, I'm gonna upgrade. But Photoshop and Illustrator just they're not the same drawing experience as this Toon Boom is. Neither is Animate. I mean, I said it before. I use Animate. It was alright, but it's just nah. If you're an illustrator like me, you'll definitely appreciate Toon Boom. Let's do something like so let's take a look at our little pre-draw here. I think that looks good. What we got so far, it's looking really fluid. It's looking really nice. Yeah, I want all the 3D and effect tools. Yeah. It's like 2600 or something. You got the option to pay the annual 400 for the tech support. Software upgrades, if there's any. Yeah. That's steep. Have you looked at the mid version? Is the mid version worth does it have all those tools as well? I know they take out more and more as you go lower, but is the premium the high end one that has the 3D features that you're looking for as well? And it can't be the medium. Who is this? Is this my... Yeah. Ella May. She's definitely one of my favorites now, too. Yeah. I think we got us a good stopping point. And then we'll do some and then something kind of like that. 3D tools, which I'm gonna want, and yeah, Adobe Animate, kind of clunky. Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna call the stream on this one for now. Just did a quick little pre-draw for what it was. Just kind of get a set for the next item, the next round of animation for the stream. But I think what I'm gonna do, Chris, and everybody else that's watching after the fact too, I think I may change it up for the Friday stream. Monday and Wednesday, I'll work on the animation of the week, and then on Fridays I may do something else. Like I might work on either phalandroids or this other idea I have brewing in my head too. Not tune of the week kind of thing, but maybe like a one off or something. Just kind of change it up and have a different frequency. But for now, I'm gonna erase this real quick because it's just bothering me. This is almost the animation right here, the drawing right here. But I might just keep this and fix the hands. But anyways, we gotta stop. I'm gonna end the stream for the night, and then we'll pick it back up 7 o'clock on Friday. Yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Again, I appreciate you showing up and being a part of my drawing time. And I'll see you next time. Stay tuned.